I took personal offence to that, even though I'm not an Australian, but we're in New Zealand, we're your cousins, it's a very high risk that's going to roll over, plus we do love you and we don't want to see that happening to Australian chiropractors either, and most of all, it's not fair for the babies and it's not fair for the mums. And so that was like, okay, we're going to do some research, and that's kind of where we're at now. So I'm just going to first talk about what the science is currently looking like in pediatric research. This here is a photo of my kids again, because I'm just going to keep bringing them up. And I think it just depicts really well like what it is to work with children. So here I'm like, let's take a nice photo by this beautiful fountain. And Jasper was not having a bar of it. It's hard to do research on kids. There is a reason why we don't have much of it. It's very hard to get this research done. Big old list of why it's hard. Participant numbers. I don't know how many of you are parents in the room, but do you generally want your baby to be experimented on? It's hard to get numbers for this research. Dropout rates. That means people start a study and then they don't want to continue because it's too hard. Getting kids to follow instructions. So you have to try and do some scientific data collection, which means generally with science and research, it has to be quite regimented and rigorous to do good research. They don't always follow instructions. Ethics. I'm going to say a lot about this soon, but ethics is notoriously difficult to get on pediatric research for good reason. That's there for a reason. We want to protect these children and protect the babies. But it can get in the way. Misperceptions about chiropractic care. That's a big one. There's not a lot of parents out there that would be like, oh, you're doing a chiropractic research study. If they know nothing about chiropractic, they're not going to be generally very excited about putting their kids into that. Confounding variables, very scientific term, which means like there's a whole lot of other stuff that could influence your results. You can't tell kids like don't do this and don't do this and don't do this. They do all sorts of things. Language restrictions. I know this very well because a lot of my research is on young babies, like newborns. You cannot ask that newborn to tell you how they're feeling. You can't give them instructions. That's not going to work. Blinding issues. This is a general chiropractic thing. It's very hard for us to blind the participants. Are you getting adjusted? Are you in the adjustment group or are you in the control group? It's kind of easy to tell. And cost. Cost is a big one. And this is across the board for research. Hundreds of thousands of dollars to do research of any kind, and even more so, I would say, if it's pediatrics. So there's a lot of reasons why we don't have it, and it's not just chiropractors, it's across the board with pediatric research. It's really, really hard to do. We still have to do it though. So let's have a look at the current state of the evidence. The best evidence we have in terms of pediatric chiropractic care is for colic, so colicky babies. It's actually pretty good. We've got a few RCTs on it, some systematic reviews.